That would be cool. I'd love to
Yeah.
see that.
Basically, what you've said now, we need to share for him. We need to share for the, Yankees. Of course, we don't actually have a confirmation on that, but that should be good enough. So anyway, Belcher Vestige PVZ. This is the first PVZ I think we've seen at all, and definitely the first one on Belcher Vestige.
Uh-huh.
This is a very annoying map for Protoss, I think, in this matchup specifically.
Why do you think that?
Just hard to take a third and not enough bases. And I
Hmm.
think that doesn't really... I mean, this build, which I assume JayPower is going to repeat,
Yeah.
is fairly good under these circumstances. But essentially, you can't really macro out of it. Like, free base, long game macro, you generally don't want to max out. Instead, I would bet if we see the same sort of beginning from both players, I would think we would see some form of Colossus timing, basically, like he did last time, but bigger and stronger. Because generally, you want to end it fairly soon, or fairly early, I should say, on a map like Belcher Vestige in this matchup.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Those are very good points. Um. Well, we'll have to wait and see if JayPower actually decides to follow your advice. Um. And yeah, I mean, with the third, you are right. That third is definitely it can be attacked from multiple points. And of course, the Zerg player can always camp his army here and then decide: do I attack the natural? Do I attack the third? Maybe I can do both. Maybe I can, go around. And he's got two retreat paths from this area, the two ramps that you can retreat. So definitely, you have to be more aware of where the Zerg army is, what the Zerg is planning to do, and because otherwise you might not be able to defend all of your bases once you're past uh, two base counts. Um,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't really think not very many bases. I mean, by the way, you know what this map is called? What's the nickname for this map?
No, but I would love to know.
The new Ohana.
Really, why? Well, I mean,
Just
I
look
guess
look how the bases
it
are
it
spaced
it
out.
does look like Ohana. It's 1, 2, 3 in the top, and then you have that fourth one, and then a fifth one on the other side.
And you also have the cliff into the main base, just like Onohana.
The cliff into the main
If you
base.
go to the Protoss base right now and go
Yeah.
directly south of the mineral line, you have a cliff there, just like Onohana. You had a cliff
Well,
at the
oh yeah,
exact
yeah.
same
I see.
position, right? The only difference is that here is a depression between, so you have to blink 2 times if you want to blink into the main from there.
Oh, you mean no? Hang on. No, can you actually go there? No, I don't think you can blink there. Can you?
I think you can, but you have to
No,
double
really?
blink. Yeah, I think you can. There's no reason you can't you?
Really? No, I don't.
Really?
Well, I've never seen it. I think I'm
Wait,
surprised. I mean,
there would because I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to do
but
that.
it's just like immovable territory. But
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Now I get you.
I
But
think so. Maybe
nevertheless, there is
you
a
should.
cliff.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
I mean,
But I would say, isn't this like Daybreak though? Isn't this precise like Daybreak but twisted?
no.
I mean, you have the rocks in the middle. You have the two Zelnaga towers. Basically, the same sort of
Hmm.
layout for the base. There's two entrances for the third. The natural is it's not a cliff down. It's instead just this big plateau thingy.
No, no, no. I think it's the new Ohana. It suits it very nicely.
So all right,
I
so
mean,
it's
okay, if you try to do this thing, disable terrain on your minimap and try to tell me what map this is.
all right. I'm gonna figure out how to do that first. Hang on. All right, there we go.
I'm just going to show you to the guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
and now tell
it
me what.
looks like Ohana this way. It does.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we
it does
go.
look like
There
Ohana.
we go.
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. There's no way around it, really. And we spoke about Ohana earlier, right?
Yeah, we did.
Ohana sucks. Yeah.
It
I'm
does.
sorry, ESV, Iron Man, or Superman, or whoever made it. I always forget that guy's name.
Yeah.
But Ohana is a terrible, terrible map. Always has, always will be.
Hmm. Huh, so this time JayPower tries to go with a 4 gate, then decided against it because he didn't see basically a third base, so why pressure? And he's getting Robo straight after, skipping the Stargate and skipping the Forge as well, but I think he's going to be getting it straight after maybe a Robo Bay or maybe straight after the robotic facility.
And it looks like that 4 gate is gonna be executed anyway. 4 Warpins here to perhaps poke the third. And yeah, it does seem like JayPower has that in his mind.
Oh my god, these zealots, when they're in red, look absolutely awesome.
That's actually sort of true. I don't have any skins enabled, and I sort of don't like them, but that's probably the one which looks slightly good, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, so the third is under fire, and Queens are approaching to try to defend this. Actually, he could... Now, too many links for
No,
that
really?
now.
He is definitely.
No, he is targeting down the hatch, but he won't get it.
I don't think he will get it. Yeah, and that's well, in that case, that's not a very good decision to target fire it down. But
well, I'd say, you know, we still have the proxy panel up. Unless this gets transfused straight up, another
yeah,
warpin will kill this.
actually, that's a really surprising thing. That there we go, the Link's finally running towards the proxy panel. I mean, so many times I've just cried at the fact that Zerg sort of like they see a warping coming from this really weird location and they never go to check the panel. It's so annoying. It's like, yeah, and you know, when I play Protoss, that's of course a good thing, but for the Zergs themselves, that's something you should always be careful about. Right here, we're actually seeing some changes from last game. We're seeing directly more eco-focused, directly into RoboBay tech. This time, Warpism actually completes, and this is not a good sign versus Mutaplay.
Well, it's not, which is what it is going to be, considering the upgrades that Hephaistas has been getting for his lings, and getting the Spire before the Infestation Pit. So both of these players playing a different build, but you know the thing versus Mutalisks is that if you hit soon enough, if you hit quick enough with like 2 Colossi or something like that, and you build additional gates as you're moving out so that they finish when you start attacking, save up your chrono boost, and then just make 2 very quick rounds of warpins, you can kill the Zerg before he gets to a critical amount of Mutalisks just with those 2 Colossi. I mean, it's a very powerful push, but that being said...
Let's see here, by the way, the Spire has been detected, but the Warpism is only warping in 4 Zealots, which is very, very puny harass.
Yeah, it is, and it is going to be taken care of without any issue whatsoever by these Zerglings. Now that being said, what I talked about previously is that the push is not going to come because we have a third base on the way, and that is mainly because the Robo was delayed by quite a lot, thanks to that initial 4-gate pressure. And now we see Hephaistas taking another base. I wouldn't really be surprised if he took another one on top of that, because he is... well, he's not going Mutas after all. Wow.
Well, he's got a couple of Mutas out on the map. I thought we were going to see some mass Muta play, but he's not taking one of the gases in the main, and I think he's sloppy on the eco part, so these Mutas are just not many, and with a third base up, I usually always say that the one thing you want versus Muta is 3 bases up. Yeah. And that's precisely what JayPower has, and it looks like he's going to be able to defend this with some good power cannon placement, the Nexus cannons available, and in general, just, you know, a good economy. It looks like he's actually in quite an advantage right here.
Yeah, he's already prepared for the Mutalisks. He's got Blink on the way, he's got +2 attack. And, well, the Hive just now started for Hephaistas, so I'm really interested to see where he takes this in the late game. And there we go, the 5th base finally being queued up. And JayPower, he's going to be sitting for a while in his base, doing nothing, just making sure that he's got everything secured. By the way, this ridiculous cannon placement is causing him to lose quite a lot of mining time.
I was thinking about that. I was like, I thought maybe this was a desperation move, and then he would kill them off once he was more secure, like safe versus the Mutas. But I don't know what that is. That's pretty weird.
He should kill at least the one that's,
The one in
right
the
in the
middle, I
middle,
guess?
yeah.
Yeah.
He should at least kill that one because this is like
I don't know. This is
this
so
is like
weird.
really bad maze.
I mean, he's not gonna lose this base as easily now, I guess, but
No, I don't think he
that,
is, and I think Hephaistas actually is making a correct read. He's reading this absolutely perfectly. He's like, okay, my opponent is completely prepared for Mulisks. I need to switch into something else pronto, or he will hard counter me. But apart from scouting and the occasional harass, what the mutas will be able to do for Hephaistas is maintain map control and prevent any warp prism warpins such as this one, as this warp prism gets taken out.
I actually think that because of the lack of splash, and we're finally seeing some Archons pop out, but because of the lack of splash, uh, Hephaestus has a very good time to hit right now. And I'm
Yeah.
surprised to see the Greater Spire behind this, because I figured that the Hive was purely for the evolution chambers,
Oh,
tier 3
he's getting
upgrades.
all the tech. He's getting
Yeah,
Ultra Cavern. He's getting Baneling
that's
Nest. He's getting Greater Spire. So he's getting everything. But um,
everything but one thing. And what is that?
Vipers.
Adrenaline glands.
Oh my God, he's forgetting
Yeah.
them again. Are you kidding
I
me?
knew we would forget again. It's like, oh, like, come
Oh
on.
my
It's
goodness.
adrenaline glands. It's so good. And
So
I think we're gonna see the links run in now. No,
yeah,
actually, wow. Look
yeah,
at the
they
bane.
are going to run in, followed by a lot of banelings. Holy baneling land, 26 of them morphing in. And, doing the wise thing, just leaving as many links as he deems necessary to bring this Nexus down, bringing back the...
Oh,
Oh my
my
god.
God. Oh, the banelings. Oh, great force field.
Great force fields there by JayPower, saving that Nexus, keeping it alive with 172 hit points, but at the same time more harassment going down in the main. But JayPower defending immaculately so far, not losing very many units. And well, he's pushing out right now, and Hephaistas is going to be in trouble because he doesn't have much of an army.
Yeah, I mean, oh wow, he's gonna try to get down Nexus again, and look, he's getting it despite the wall of, oh goodness, that third base going down. And JayPower deciding to attack his opponent, but I don't think this is a good idea, to be honest. It looks
It's his only
like
option at the...
JayPower, yeah, it looks like JayPower is pulling out a desperation move, to be honest. And the Ultra, 7 of them are going to pop, but this time, Adrenaline Gland just might be completed. And are we gonna see a concave being set up? Actually,
Well,
JayPower doesn't really dare. He's backing off.
and more banelings are being morphed in. I don't know, man. It's a really tough choice to make. I just lost my third base. Do I attack? Pretty much have to attack, but damn, I can't. He's got too big of an army. Can I actually take this? So JayPower pulls back, manages to pull the rest of his army towards those stalkers to rendezvous with them and prevent them from getting killed off.
Oh, the High
But
Templar is even going down. And I don't
oh
think
my
there's a
god.
single storm with this army.
We don't have that researched.
We don't even have that
No.
research. That is, I mean, you either need a lot of crosses or storm.
Storm is better in almost every scenario, I have to say. Like, you gotta have,
Well,
of course, 2 or 4 Colossi, but in the late game where the Zerg can tech switch pretty much from anything to anything, High Templars have just so much utility. They can
yeah,
feedback, they can storm links, they can storm
good.
banelings, they can storm ultras, but we don't have storm yet. Instead, we do have Dark Shrine coming down.
And that's yet another desperation move. It looks like the Muras are actually going to clear off this third base. JayPower is once again on the desperation A move trail. 2 Broodlords, weirdly enough, being morphed, and 60 links in production. You're entirely right about Storm. We definitely would want to have Storm. Instead, we just have a lot of Archons, which, granted, are good themselves, but Colossus, oh wow, actually Ultra is being pulled away from the army. Really bad here for the Zerg player. And the Banelings are just beginning to morph. This might just go in favor of JayPower, really. And the Ultras, we're going to see how much damage they actually accomplish. Probably enough, in fact. 3
Well,
Ultras is all you really need to just crush that for
there is just Stalkers remaining, and oh my god, as if the Ultras weren't enough. that we have a ton of banelings pursuing the Protoss army. So that's game, and it's 1-1.